Okay. Okay. Move to the next slide. Okay, so this is something about us. Yeah, we are the club name is BigTh AI, and we are a student organization at UMD. We focus on AI and machine learning, and we created this club. Me and my friends Tanmay, Rohit, and many more who couldn't attend today. We created this in August 2020. That was last year. And in our mind, we had the vision that we want to do something in AI and ML together and like work on projects and learn together. So we started a club to also impart knowledge and like have more people with us to work and learn together. Uh, we all founded this club and wanted to appreciate the world of AI. And we are all sophomore and junior students at UMD, and we are all computer science majors. And we have experience in this field, and through that we guide the club, and we want to work on research projects, logic development, and provide hands-on learning experience to all of you. That's our aim. And Dr. Raymond, too, the assistant clinical professor at UMD and also a research educator, is our faculty advisor for the club. Our goal is to develop understanding and gain knowledge in the field of AI through group work, guided projects, discussion sessions, debates, seminars, and group research projects. As a long-term goal, we vision to have participate in competitions and work on corporate projects with a possible corporate partnership in future. As the club grows, we want to progress as well. And here are three parts in our BigTh AI, which is LDR, is logic, discussion, and research, and Lot Pioneers, which is guided project group where the beginner members learn and develop projects, and a group project where we work on advanced projects from scratch and develop products. This is the latest addition to the club. Our team, I'm Siddhesh Gupta, the president. We have Aryan Kaul as the treasurer, Samrat as a Python lead, Rohit is our AI lead, Shanil is our data science lead, Tanmay here is our logic discussion and research team lead, and Sagar is also logic discussion and research lead. Emmanuel is our operations manager for the club. Our plan for this semester is working on a guided project over the semester while learning different concepts in data science and machine learning. We will use these concepts to apply in the project and learn these concepts so that you can apply this in future and learn new things to that. In logic discussion and research, we will be participating in debates, discussing about latest concepts, the latest things in the field, learning about different areas in AI. We also plan to host some guest speakers over the semester who will come and talk with us and have sessions. A group project, we plan to develop a product based on machine learning and deep learning models. Why join us? There are many reasons to join us. We The main is for networking and having peers who can work together with you and possible building relations for future. We are a fun club. We are not too serious, and we provide leadership opportunities as well. And definitely, we have opportunities to work on projects and participating in competitions also. With next, Tanmay, we'd like to take over for project discussion and research.
Sure thing. So the logic, discussion, and research part of the club is essentially a part where you guys can do discussions, debates, and also look into like the logic of AI as well as some of the algorithms. For example, what we would do is I guess go through certain algorithms of and machine learning that I guess you could use through the use of logic puzzles that you can play around with and solve. And I think with this, you'd be able to, I guess, in a way, learn it indirectly from without doing the project per se. Move next slide. So yeah, some of our goals include we want to engage members logically and analytically through activities such as puzzles, pseudocodes, problems, statements, etc. So like I said earlier, we want to research and learn about the latest developments in the field of AI and ML. So essentially, like look at some news sources and see like what have they done so far, like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, etc. And I guess engage in a verbal discourse through discussion and forums and debates. So like I said earlier, we would essentially just go through, just have a neat discussion or like a conversation just about like anything related to AI and just some topics. They're all like some regular topics that how they relate to AI as well.
All right, thanks, Siddhesh. Thanks, Tanmay. Um, so the next part is going to be about the other division, pioneers. First of all, it is great to see some of you from last semester back. Hello, and for the new, I guess, faces. But like your videos are off. But it's great to see you guys hop in as well, and thank you for joining us. So hearty welcome. We were the project team last semester for those of you who were here. But we're kind of rebranding it because uh, .py is like the file extension of a lot of Python scripts. Technically, we will be using .ipy notebook if someone, if anyone knows what that is. But if not, don't worry about it. You will soon. So there have been, sorry about that train, if you guys can hear it. All right, there have been four industrial revolutions so far. All right, and we're in the fourth one. This is like widely regarded as the fourth industrial revolution. First we had it was a steam engine, manufacturing, and mechanizing some manual processes, turning that into mass production because demand shot up. People started wanting to improve their lifestyles, get with the times. And then we started to digitalize things. We had the internet, we had commerce step in, and now we have intelligent technology that can think for itself, learn for itself, and that we can leverage to solve problems in the real world. So that's what we're trying to focus on. And here's some examples of common AI algorithms that are being used out there in industry today. And last semester we worked with an algorithm called the CNN, which is the convolutional neural network. It can see something and figure out what's in the image. And this time, okay, I don't want to give it away yet. In case you were in the second look for, you might already know, but what it's up here. One of these algorithms is one of the ones that we're going to be working with this semester. And yeah, okay, so here are our goals. One, we're going to tackle a use case. All right, so we're going to try to identify a context, and we're going to try to like apply what we're learning in AI to the real world, because this is something that's being used out there. It's growing in usage and it's getting more and more complex, but the applications, that's a great starting point. Defining the problem, we do want to make our goal measurable, and we're going to go through the data. We're going to figure out how to analyze it, how to visualize it, and then we're going to clean it up, build a solution. Right, that's like the core of our activity. And we're going to actually construct an AI model together. And there's going to be more focus on examples. I know there's some of you indicated last semester that you wanted to see some more examples, get a better feel of it. Totally understandable, and we're going to work to that this semester, towards that this semester. And finally, we want to evaluate the impact of the solution. Right, we're going to set some performance metrics. We're going to identify which ones are the most key metrics in order to understand whether we did a good job with our solution or not. And then we're going to try to speculate how out there in the real world this might be used. We're going to do a little bit of discussion about that as well. So it's really about two things, right? Building the solution and giving it a lot of context, a lot of real world meaning. Oops, there's stuff in the chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. All right. So here is our roadmap. And think of each of these stages as roughly about 2 weeks, max 3 weeks, and in some of the later ones. But you'll get to know it as we go along. Don't want to set anything in stone yet. First, we want to know our tools. right? And we want to know what we have to work with, and that's what we're going to be really doing this week and next week. We're going to try to understand some of the basics of Python, which is our medium, dot pioneers. We're going to learn the process, right? We're going to understand how data comes in, how we can visualize it, organize it, prepare it for some sort of prediction or problem solving. We're going to work with an example to see that in action end to end, so that it's easier to follow along when in the next stage we each are going to build our own models to solve the problem. And we're gonna walk you through that in a lot of detail. Don't worry about it. And then finally, we want to evaluate the performance of that solution, like I mentioned on the previous slide. So that is kind of the end-to-end journey this semester of dot pioneers. I don't know if I want to say the dot out loud. All right, let's just call it pioneers. Any questions so far? Anybody? Anything I can answer? Okay, if you do have any questions, we'll come back to them at
How
the
do you make
end.
slides like that?
What?
How
Sorry.
do you make slides like that?
I have been trained in the mystic arts. I had these gurus up in the mountains. I'll cite it at the end. Don't worry. All right. Oh wait, that was it. Oops. Okay, yeah, this is the question slide. Um, these slides were made on SlidesGo. It's like this repository of like a lot of themes, but a lot of this comes down to being able to find the right one and then tune it to your purpose. Any questions for any of us? We have our like wait, what do we call this? We have our leadership team here. We have the president, L.D.R, and oops, pioneers leads. 1 second. All right, what's in the chat? Yeah,
What year are you?
I am a sophomore, but I'm a junior equivalent, so I'm like 2.5 here, 2.5 of college.
How did you get, like, where'd you get your experience of AI?
Right. So I have done an internship at an AI product firm where I learned to actually observe the process of taking one of these models and then using it to solve a problem. And in that case, it was solving a bank's customer churn use case. I've done a lot of coursework. I have a deep learning specialization, which walked me through like a lot of AI fundamentals, and it got me into building my own deep learning models. And then after that, I started moving into machine learning and solving some problems of my own. So that's kind of I'm a machine learning major here at UMD. I guess that also counts. All right. So what challenges are you guys planning on doing? We don't want to give it away yet, but it is going to be, sort of like a prediction related problem. We have it ready, but we don't want to give it away just yet. We want to walk you through it step by step.
Are we going to be using PyTorch or TensorFlow or both? Or
So we're not focusing too much on PyTorch, just because it's like it's just not as I guess abstract as what today's TensorFlow is. Back in the day, even TensorFlow wasn't that abstract, but now that we have abstraction, we want to think about the process, and then later, if anyone wants to go look under the hood and solve it with PyTorch or whatever else, we certainly can.
all right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. What are some? Oh, hang on. Sounds fun. Markov or nah? All right. So Markov kind of goes into that whole reinforcement learning side, which is something that we might do, next semester, the semester after that, but not really this time. What are some online classes or books that we recommend for learning how to build ML models? Definitely Coursera and Udemy, and Andrew Ng has, the deep learning specialization that I did. It took me about like 3 or 4 months. And there's a lot to learn. You can just go to YouTube videos. Siraj Raval has like some amazing content. There's, I think, the coding train is that, I don't know, 3 blue, 1 brown. We're gonna give you resources. Don't worry about that. You're not
You can actually go
short
to
of
the
resources.
Google website and have learn from there.
Yeah.
And even the TensorFlow has a lot of learning material and
Yep.
courses.
Any other questions? Any comments? Anything you want to say before we get the semester started with tomorrow's meeting, first meeting?
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So how similar to last semester will this be? You know,
It's gonna be similar in spirit, but not similar in the problem and not similar in the approach.
Yeah, last semester we had an introduction of machine learning. This will be less intensive on machine learning and more
Oh.
intensive of data science.
We'll kind of like
Yeah, it will
expand.
be.
We'll kind of like expand upon what we did before. You know, going from what like all the small stuff we did to like even more so. So you could expect to learn a lot more if you were here last semester.
But we're making this so that, you know, even if you just joined, you're totally fine. There's no need to know what happened in the previous semester. How much of a time commitment will this club require? So don't worry too much about it. We meet once a week. L.D.R, which is the discussion and contextual thinking about AI, that's 1 hour from 4:30 to 5:30 on a Friday evening, and then on every Friday evening, and then following that from 5:30 to 6:30, the pioneers are going to meet, and
Yeah,
you can
and
choose which one you want to be part of, or both.
like we'll
Gotcha.
provide you material to go over before the meeting, and you can just go over that, and we'll
Yeah.
discuss somehow. Like we'll summarize it and answer possible doubts, questions, and then we'll move on to actually working and coding and
That
for
material is
solving
about
possibly
Yeah,
solving
that
questions.
material is about 10 minutes of reading, 10 to 15 minutes on average. Sometimes slightly longer, but not by much.
It's way more
I'd like to.
than a mandatory thing. You know, like I guess you could say we better prepared if you read through ahead of
It's,
time.
yeah.
There's no like strict thing on that. It's just
Mhm.
I'd like to add one more thing. If you guys can come to like both the LDR and the project meetings, then I guess you guys can have like a higher chance of obtaining leadership positions towards the end of the semester. So that'd be something to look forward to if you want to like be part of the team by like next semester.
Yes. Yep, 1 hour per team. 4:30 to 5:30 is LDR on Friday, and then same day 5:30 to 6:30 is pioneers.
And the third team, the group projects meet according to the amount of work, the project, and the team working in the group.
Yeah, Siddhesh is going to be leading the group project.
Yeah, most of the project work is going to be, we're going to give you adequate time to do it within the specified times of 5:30 to 6:30 for the pioneers at least. But if you ever want to like on it outside of meetings, there's no restriction. You can always work outside. But yeah, 1 hour per week per team, I would say.
We can just chill here if we want to stop the recording. That's fine because
Okay.
we finished pretty early.